Okay, welcome back. Tell you what, it's been a very rough week. I've been off work for about 4 days on some pretty strong antibiotics at the moment. I'm probably influenza A or something got me pretty bad, so I didn't race this week. Today was basketing day. I didn't get there because I haven't been well and the kids are getting sick too, so just got a little bit too difficult. This is the first time the birds have loft flew this week, just because I haven't been able to do anything. Like, I have not been able to get out of bed. I've only just been enough to sort of get out here and give the birds a bit of a feed, so yeah, it's all right. We'll get the birds ready. What I did this morning actually is I took them out for a 22-kilometre toss, and if I do have Monday off, I might take the birds out a little fair. So this is more just a quick little update to give you guys just an update basically, because I've been so sick. It's not been fun at all, and it kind of looks like my son might be getting a bit sick too now, so that's not going to be a fun week ahead. So basically we basketed 25 birds to the Cervantes race. I got most of them back. I think we lost about 6, which I know a few other people lost about the same number, so I'm pretty happy with that. We managed to get second club and we got 16th in the federation out of 100 flyers, so we've done pretty well. They're probably yeah, I can't complain with that. That's pretty good considering where we are. The birds come down the coast, and I think the split training we did, the break training we've been doing at 22 kilometers is what got us that high position, because the birds would have come, the wind was coming across, pushed them into the coast. They come down the coastline, and I think that one hen that we had, she broke away by herself and come home. She was 15 minutes ahead of every other bird, and I'm pretty impressed with it. She's a good hen. She done really well last year. She went out to 515 kilometers. She was one of the birds, one of the 2 that I suspected to do pretty well. I'm just trying to get as much as I can in this video, so I probably won't race her next week. Don't know, we'll see how we go, because I've still got to get the other half of these birds in the race as well. Looks like they're wanting to come down. I still, chickens, actually haven't got the ETS rings on the other birds yet, just because I've been so crooked that I've not been able to do anything. I only just got in there today, this morning, cleaned it as well. So I cleaned it and then took them out to 22 kilometers for a quick toss and split them into 3 groups, so 3 baskets, and they all sort of bet me home, so that's a good thing. As my chickens are getting a bit crazy, and we may go in there for a look as well. There's a couple of little bits exciting things going on. They are doing pretty well. So what I did as well, so all my birds last week were nominated in the Sprint 1 race, where they're gone. So I pay extra to be part of that Sprint 1. Instead of the Sprint 2, where you've got to enter birds, this one you just nominate to be part of the sprint in the main race. So I don't know what's happened. The results have come up, but my name's not on there. And my velocity was much faster than the person that got first. So I've been trying to get hold of the federation and sent off some emails and showed them all my receipts, but no one's actually got back to me yet, so that's a bit disappointing, especially for a new flyer. I'm only a bit of a one-hit wonder. You know, we only get a few races in, and when we do reasonably well. So she probably would have got first in the federation for Sprint 1 as well. That's given that they haven't missed any other flyers out on that Sprint 1 as well. So I'll try and chase them up probably when Monday, when that starts coming on again. But I don't know what's going on there, because she would have done really well in theory. Well, she's actually got the second club, 16th fed, and then she would have got in the Sprint 1 first fed by the looks of it. So that's pretty good results for her, but we'll just wait and see. I'll keep chasing that up, because that's a little bit annoying, to be honest, because I paid the money for it to be nominated in that race, but no one's put my results in. So yeah, I'm frustrated about it. All right, I think they're wanting to come in now. So not too bad. I'm still missing a couple of birds from the toss this morning. They're generally a little bit slow. I made it more difficult for them by putting them into 3 smaller groups. But there's still about 33, 34 birds here at the moment flying around. So it's actually pretty good considering. The birds are doing pretty well. Colours, still got some colours here, so that's really good. I think people were probably rooting that I'd lose a lot more birds in the first race, but it wasn't too bad, to be honest. I think once we get past all those tossing and past that sort of 20 kilometres, things get a bit easier. Come on. So Oh, interesting. The next race is going to be a bit of a step out though. Come on. This is one of the guys that I'm not racing. I've just started breaking him in loft flying. He's all right. Everyone else is doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy how the colours are going, to be honest. Especially a recessive red. Everyone's doing pretty well. There's still a lot of birds here. There's still a couple more on the roof there too. So yeah, can't really complain, to be honest. We've had a pretty rough season and we've still got birds to race. We're definitely further ahead than we were last year. So last year I took the birds out to around about 75 to 85 kilometres a couple of times, and I lost a lot more birds doing that. So I had less birds last year with the same amount bred before the first race. So this year we're still many birds ahead. I think we had started with 28 birds in the first race last year. We're now still got like 33 and we're past the first race. So yeah, I think this year is definitely better. The 22 kilometres tossing, a lot of people don't agree with it, but it works. You know, look what we did with the first race. Let's hope we can keep it up. Even last year with the long, we done long tossing last year out to you know, the 80, let's say 80, 85 kilometres, and we still lost plenty of birds. So even at 22 kilometre max tossing, we're still getting up there in the top, you know, well, out of 100 flyers was 16, so the birds are there. I'm pretty happy how they're performing, but we just need to keep them moving a bit more. That's why this morning they went out to 22 kilometres for a toss and split them into 3 groups to make it a little bit more difficult for them. And then hopefully I'll get them out. I might actually take them out to 75, 80 kilometres just to get them a bit more exercise in, because they haven't been loft flying this week because I've been so sick. It's not funny. So I might feed these other birds. But yeah, we're getting there. I think after this last batch of birds goes through in the race, we can actually start splitting them into smaller amounts and just entering 5 birds a week or something like that, because I think that'll be fine, and then we should be moving pretty well. So the old boy, look at him, he's a bit nervous. It was actually really funny. I seen this little hen on the right who's paired up with, was actually mounting him in this position here yesterday, which is odd because she's definitely a hen, but I just don't know what was going on in there. So what we're going to do is come across into this section and just have a look at a couple of little things we've got going on here. Might just lock that behind me just because we haven't been here. Not much going on here. I might actually take Little Storm out. I'm going to try and race her again, I think. She hasn't been doing too well with breedings and stuff like that, so I might just get her back out, get some fitness in her. And Big Leo, what's he up to? Oh, look at that little chick. One's hatched. These are tiny, these babies. Actually, the smallest chicks I've probably ever seen. The hen lays very small eggs. The other one's hatching as well. The reason I put him back to the same hen is because the baby that they bred, only one, is still there, and she's one of the most impressive young birds that I've seen. So I just want to get another round out just to test those ones as well, because I can't, she's a super little bird. I don't know what's wrong with her. I just can't lose her, and she's like the youngest one out of that flock over there, and she's given them all a good run for their money. And given that we've only bred one and we haven't lost her yet, still there, it's pretty impressive. And she's been on every single toss too. So oh, actually no, she missed out on 1 or 2 because she's the one that had her throat ripped open. There was food falling out of it, but she's all healed up now and she's back tossing, keeping up with everyone. She's that's what I like to see, tough birds like that. 2 little unattended chicks up here. This is 3331, which is New Sensations babies. So these will be some really nice pigeons, I tell you. He's a super pigeon, and I think he's New Sensations half brother. Right now, I just got a message that he got 7th. I think he's half landed with the 7th place bird for the King Island race just then in Victoria. So really good bird, tough lines in them, which is what we want, and giving some results too, which is good to see. So hopefully they do the same for us. See the best kittle hen, she's looking pretty good, and she's got her single nester under here. Come on, big girl, you gonna let us have a look? Because this baby's going to be nice. I think people are going to like this one, so come on. Okay, I'm just going to have to take it out, but this one's going to be pretty white. Got a lot of white feathers on it. Might even have a fair bit of white up on the head too, but you can see there's Quite a bit of white in those flights, so that's going to be very interesting. Some of the best kibbles I've seen have been quite pied like that too, so wait and see. The cock that she's paired up with is he's got a bit of white on him too. He's pied. Oh, how you going, Bond? I know this is Bondi. She's such a good little hen. Look at her. Beautiful. Look at her. She's only a first-time mum, so she only laid 1 egg, but this was fertile, and she's actually laid a very small egg. So I'm very excited to see how this little baby turns out. Another one of those tough pairings we're trying to put together to mix things up a little bit as well. And something people are probably going to give me some slack for, but I don't really care because I'll just do what I want. But I brought over this hen to pair up with 83, so she's the hen that I'm talking about that done really well. She done quite well for us last year too, so she flew the full season last year. So not stocking her, I'm just bringing her over here and maybe doing a round or two with 83, because 83 was our best cock from last year, and this is the first time I've actually been able to pair winning to winning, which is going to be interesting to see. So they are kind of related. She is his niece, only fractionally, so they should be able to produce some quite nice little babies that we can hopefully race next year. But I don't know, we're just trying something different this year. We've got to try and get past the falcons, give the birds as much time as possible. But given that both of these birds have done some pretty good racing, good results, she flew 2 different lines last year as well, out to 515 kilometers as a little baby, and it didn't bother her. So some pretty good mixes there. So it's worth that sort of pairing up, but we'll see how we go. And I do have one other pair of babies in here. There's not a lot going on in here. These are really dark, so I'd say they're going to be some kind of dark checkers, but they're pretty nice. One of 83's daughters paired to one of the Cassats I got, just trying something a little bit different. The cock's down there in the corner. Haven't done a lot of breeding off him, so I'm going to do a round or two just to get a bit of a feel for if they're any good, if we're going to keep them, basically, because I'm going to have a really big clear out soon. Like, I'm going to basically burn this place to the ground and just keep the very best pigeons and then just start again, because there is a handful of pigeons in here that are performing really well. Given out where our position is and how the birds are performing under the pressure that they've got to deal with, let's have a look at 3 of a kind while we're here as well. So I'm pretty happy how they're moving along, and most of these babies I'm going to get loft flying out really quickly, because the falcons are starting to slow down a bit now too, so it's going to give us a window to really sort of get the homing instinct kicked into these guys and hopefully not lose as many birds next year. I do want to have a look at my Pattaya birds because they're looking quite nice. So here is Kaya. That's one of our Pattaya birds from the pair. She's the slate. She's finished molting now. Still going to drop some flights, but she's looking really good. Perfect type. She's only small, full of muscle, so she's going to handle hopefully handle the humidity pretty well. It's one of the main problems I think with Pattaya is the heat the bird's got to deal with, and the conditions can be pretty tough. So we'll see how she goes. I do have her full nest mate here somewhere too. She's a beautiful little hen. Hopefully we get to send them off pretty soon. She's not trying to get a good view of her, but she's not been playing the cards too well, but she's actually a nice hen. I really like her. It's a shame we got to send her, but she's got that ring on there, so that's it basically. Hopefully, I'm hoping they get off in the next week or two, and then that's it. They're there at Pattaya, because the first round of Australian birds are in Pattaya at the moment. We just got to wait for that second shipment to get booked in and moved over. So basically that is it for now. We'll be racing next week again. Don't expect a lot of videos over next week, just because I'm still not 100% sick kids, and just putting a lot more focus on the birds. I really got to put a lot more time into them instead of worrying about making videos, so that we can start doing a bit more damage. And we'll just race where we can. Like, this year's kind of a bit of a write-off, I think, with everything that's happened, but birds are moving pretty well. And like I said, we're going to have a bit of a change around here. We got, like I said, there's a few birds. Since I've been sick, I've been laying in bed every night thinking, because I can't sleep with headaches and sore throats and stuff. I think, what birds are doing the best for us and what are showing the best results. So yeah, there's going to be a change coming, but it's good. We're going to keep the very, very best. That's why this pair's sort of coming together, but we'll go into it a bit more as we get along, because yeah, like I said, there's a couple birds that are just, you know, doing really well for us, keeping us in that top 30%. Even in this weekend, we're at the 16th fed, so that's pretty good. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Getting pretty tired. I'm going to have a bit of a rest, so edit this up and see you in the next video. And apologise, I've been sick. Nothing I can do about that, and if I can't make videos, I can't make videos. See yous.